I'm CJ Shields, Greencastle Community Schools Technology Integrator. In today's video, I'm going to provide you with a brief overview of Google Keep. If you are unfamiliar, Google Keep is Google's note-taking application that allows you to take notes across devices and across platforms. Notes can be in the form of lists, text, audio, or images. There are two primary ways that you can access Google Keep from a desktop or from a laptop. From any G Suite product, you can click on the 9-square Google grid and you will see that Google Keep is located on the lower left side, and you can click there and it will take you to Google Keep. You can also type keep.google.com directly in your browser. Obviously, to see any of the notes that you have created, you will need to be logged into your email account or to your G Suite account in order to see any notes that you have created. But that's how you navigate to and find Google Keep. Once you are there, you will see that there are a number of options on the left side, and you can turn those on or off by clicking the three bars right here, and you will see there is the ability to search as well as the ability to refresh, view your notes in list view or grid view, and also to access, of course, the other Google apps. You can see that I have a couple of notes I've already created, and I have right here at the top the ability to take a new note. So I'm going to call this example, just say example 1, and then I will give it a title of example note. And I will see the options across the bottom right here. I can set a reminder for this app. I'm sorry, for the app, for the note. I can add a collaborator. I can change the color. I can add an image. I can archive. If I hit the three dots, I can delete the note, add a label, add a drawing, make a copy, show checkboxes, or copy to Google Docs. And I can also pin the note. Pin notes will appear at the top, such as these right here, and unpinned notes will appear below that under the others category. So I obviously have the example note that I just created, so I'm going to open that back up so that I can edit that note. And if I want to change the color, I can click right here and I can add a teal background to that so that I can choose to categorize things by color if I would like to do that. The next option is I can add an image, so I'm going to just grab an image right here from my downloads folder. And in this case, it's the rich text editing features of Canvas that I want our teachers to learn. And so that is showing right there. And if I wanted to, a neat feature that Google Keep allows you to do is to grab the image text. So I'm going to hit grab image text after I hit the three dots, and it is then going to show all of the text that is in this picture. Now this will work with different quality in different pictures. So depending on how the writing is done, if it's really sloppy or if it's handwritten, it's going to be less likely to be recognized by the app than if it is typed and those sort of things. So you'll have to experiment with that a little bit, but it is a cool option. So let's say that I want to make this into a checklist so that I can check off when I'm confident that all the people in my professional development class have been able to master the rich text editing features. I can hit the three dots and I can hit show checkboxes. And now I can hit done, and if I look at my example note, obviously example 1 is still there, but I have all these check boxes, and I can start to check off items that I believe have been accomplished. And this is a very long list, so if I hit the three dots there and I open up, notice I will see the completed items at the bottom, and if I uncheck them, they're going to go back up to the top, so that I have things checked off on my list that are shown, and the things that I still need to do are not checked off, obviously, or are still at the top of the list. If I want to turn off those check boxes, I could hit hide check boxes again, obviously. A very neat feature is the ability to have labels. So if you want to label a note so that you have like all of your history notes together and all of your world geography notes together, you can do that. So you just create a new label right here. So if I call this for video and I hit done, and I go back to my example notes, I can then hit the three dots and I can add a label. It's going to ask me which label do I want to add. I want to add the for video, so it tells me that I can also add the labels by typing the hash mark. So I just hit done, and I'm going to grab another just example note here that I had, and I'm going to hit the three dots and I'm going to add the label for video on that one. And so now if I go over here and I just look and I search for labels, it's only going to show me the two that were created for the video. So a nice feature to be able to organize and sort your notes that way as well. So if I go back to all of my notes, I can see all the notes that are there. You can see an example of the checkbox that I've done here with some of the videos. I guess I can mark off the Google Keep one right now. And lots of interesting and neat things that you can do with some of the notes. A couple more that I'll point out here. You can add a collaborator. So if I want to collaborate with someone, for example, if I'm co-teaching a class with them or something like that, I can type in their email address right there and I can add them as a collaborator on the note, so they will have full editing privileges when you add them as a collaborator. Another option that you have right here is the ability to add a drawing, and that is found by clicking the three dots and then add drawing. So if you wanted to add a drawing of any sort to this, you could do that. I'm just going to add a few random squiggles here, but you can change the pen type and the pen color and the thickness and all of those sorts of things. And then I'll just write example here. So if you wanted to handwrite something as opposed to that, do it. So there, I've now added that to my note as well. So if I wanted to indicate something to somebody through a handwritten method, I could do that as well. So that's an option as well to integrate that note, the drawing, into your note rather. And you notice if you hit the three dots, you can, of course, at any time, you can delete a note. If you don't want that note anymore, you can change the labels. You can add more drawings, you can add more pictures. Those, you can add as many as you would like, basically. And you can archive it so that it won't be deleted, but it won't be shown either. So those are options that you have with your notes as well. Really, the uses of this are basically endless, and you can find uses for this probably in any class or for anything that you do in terms of helping keep you organized. Another feature that I would like to show you very quickly is the Google Keep extension for Chrome, and you notice that I have that right here. So this allows anything that I find on the internet that I want to save, I just click that button and it's going to show up in my Google Keep. So any place that I'm at, I can save things. And I use this a lot for school. I also use it a lot for my personal Google Keep, for recipes and things like that that you want to save, or websites that you found that you want to save. You can keep them all right there. So to get there, I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to click on the Google Apps. I'm going to go to the web store. And once I'm in the web store, I am just going to search for Keep. And the first thing that should pop up is right here, the Google Keep Chrome extension. I already have it, obviously. If you don't have it, you would hit Add to Chrome, and it would then show up in your browser right here. So anytime you visit a site, you can save that and you can add that as a keep. So lots of neat things you can do with Keep. This is how you access it on the Atlas. I will show you a couple of quick things about how to do that on a mobile device as well, because the beauty of Google Keep is that it works across platform and across device. So I'll take just a couple of minutes to show you how to use that on the school-issued iPad as well. I would like to conclude by showing you a few features of the mobile version of Google Keep. In this case, I am using the iOS version on a school-issued iPad. You could put this on any iOS or Android device, though. My Google Keep is stored in a folder, Google Tools, and then I'm going to open my Google Keep. And once I am there, you will see all the notes that I previously took and showed when I was using the laptop version of Google Keep in Chrome. A couple of features I would like to show you that are a tad bit different on the mobile version. That is the ability to take a voice note. You can see the microphone in the lower right-hand corner. If I tap on that, it is going to start recording what I'm saying. Obviously, I don't want to do a lot of that since I'm recording the video, but I could save that as a voice memo and title it if I wanted to. I exited it out, obviously, but I can save that. And I can also use the camera icon just to the right of that, and I could choose a photo just like I did when I was using the laptop version on Chrome. I can also take a photo. So on my mobile device that has a camera built in, I can take a photo. So those are two handy features if you are using the mobile device that can come in very nice. Another feature that is actually available on both the mobile and the web-based version, the Chrome version, and that is the Remind feature. So I'm opening the example note that I looked at earlier. You can see the finger with the string around it. That is the Remind option. And again, that is available on both the Chrome version and the mobile version. So I can pick a date and time. So if I wanted to be reminded of this today at 11 a.m., I could choose that, select the check mark. I can also pick a place where I want to be reminded. So for example, let's say that I created this note at home and I wanted to be reminded when I get to the middle school tomorrow that I need to look at this note. So if I want to type in Greencastle, if I can type in Greencastle correctly, that is, Greencastle Middle School, there we go. So now I am going to be reminded, hit the check mark, now I'm going to be reminded every time that I go to the middle school that I need to look at this note. And if I look down here at the note, I can see it says Greencastle Middle School on the example note. I will caution you, in order to have the location turned on, you need to, in your settings, you need to make sure that location is always accessible for Google Keep. So I got there by going to the general settings and then on the left side, finding Google Keep, and then making sure location was turned to always. If it's not turned on, you will not be able to access that feature. A couple of features for the mobile version that are very handy, and hopefully you will find some good uses for Google Keep.